Today, let's look at a prayer book and hymnal combination. Hello, everyone. If you are in the U.S. and are wanting to use a Book of Common Prayer, there are a few really good reasons to choose the 1928 American prayer book. There's probably lots of good reasons, but two really good reasons to use the 1928 American Episcopal prayer book here in the 21st century are: one, because you can follow along with an app, your favorite podcast app, and go to Cradle of Prayer or go to their website and you can follow along. And of all the podcasts and apps, YouTube channels, anything that regularly produces morning and evening prayer from the Book of Common Prayer, there's none that does it better, in my estimation, than Cradle of Prayer. And I will put, as always, a link to Cradle of Prayer for those who have not yet experienced that and maybe wish to. So the first reason, Cradle of Prayer, you can follow along, and they follow the 1928 American Episcopal prayer book. The second good reason to choose the 1928 American prayer book is that there are so many of them. If you happen to be in the U.S., they obviously were producing them from 1928, at least until 1979, when the Episcopal Church changed and started using that updated, we'll say, much changed prayer book in 1979. But the 1928 prayer book continues to be produced even to this day. Cambridge makes a version of it, a few versions of it, as do a few other publishers still making this 1928 prayer book. So you can find tons of them. And if you are budget-minded, you can find plenty of them in the used book market. Which brings us to today's example. This was found by my father, who visits flea markets and estate sales and the like, and is a relatively recent devotee of the prayer book. But he keeps his eyes peeled for this type of thing for himself and for me. But he brought this recently to me, and it's a great combination prayer book and hymnal, which you will see from time to time. This one produced by Seabury. Has a description in the front page there. You can see kind of the title page, according to the use of the Protestant Episcopal Church in the United States of America, Seabury Press, Greenwich, Connecticut. This feels like India paper. I'll have to look and see if it says anything here. And if you have a 1928 American prayer book, the contents are always going to be page for page, exactly the same as in every other 1928 American Episcopal prayer book. This has got to be India paper because it feels wonderful. Yeah, I think it actually says right there. Clearly leather bound. I can tell because there is some damage to this. These unique combination prayer book hymnals usually have a sort of pocket that the cover of one slides into to hold it together. And you can see the breakage here at the top. They still hold together, but a little more tenuously. But I can see by the break that it is genuine leather there. Simple, understated design, The leather is worn from use. It feels fantastic. Great little combination set. You can see the gold gilt that's faded some with age, which is not a problem at all. The brown ribbons that are aged as well. The hymns with the 1940 copyright. In 1940, 1943 Church Pension Fund. And I believe in all of these where you find a combination hymnal and prayer book with the 1928 prayer book, the hymnals are all the same as well. Although this one, I've seen some that don't have musical notation with them. So that's interesting. Maybe they're not all the same, unlike the prayer book. So check your used bookstores, flea markets, garage sales, library sales, and you are likely to find a copy of the 1928 American Prayer Book. A wonderful tool for morning and evening prayer, your personal devotions and Bible reading, spiritual development on your own. If you belong to a church, a parish that uses a prayer book and they use the 1928, great, you're a lucky individual. But you may already have one, but that's something that's not that difficult to find, and you're not going to spend a lot of money on one of these. I don't remember how much my father said he spent on this, but I think it was $1 or $2 tops. Just look at a couple of similar examples. Here we have an Oxford. I've showed on this channel before, I'm certain. Same kind of idea. Little pocket here that holds them together. So it has a unique grain to its leather. Also the 1928 Episcopal Prayer Book. The title page is different, but the contents, the pagination and everything is the same. Now that I said that, no, it is not the same. Is it this Oxford I was thinking of? I have a couple of Oxfords, apparently. I mean, the contents will be the same, but the pagination clearly is different. Huh, in both of these. Okay. The contents is going to be the same. The table of lessons may be different because I think that was altered a few decades into the use of the 1928 prayer book. But the order for morning and evening prayer and Holy Communion and things of that character are going to be the same. Let's do a size comparison here. So the smallest Oxford is about 4 inches in height, 5 inches for the other Oxford, and 5 3/4 for the Seabury, the newest addition to my collection. I find the print very, very tiny, too small to use in those. Much better in this. The India paper holds type so well. But if all of those are too small for you, you can also find it in this format, a Pew version. These big, can't even fit it all on my screen here. 7 5/8 inches. Also a 1928 Episcopal prayer book with hymnal. The hymnal is worn, but that's, hopefully you can see that. So there you go. Visit your wherever you find used books in your area. Get your favorite podcasting app. Find Cradle of Prayer. Sit down and enjoy. Really a wonderful tool for spiritual development. And just a neat thing to hold and to have. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you here again next time.